Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Now, congratulations to France, commiserations to Croatia. I did think Croatia were victims of injustice, especially definitely for the first two goals that France scored. The first second was never a penalty, the first one was never a free kick for Griezmann. But congratulations to France. They've dealt with expectations. At the end of the day, they scored two legit goals. They've won the competition. They beat Uruguay. They beat Argentina. They beat Belgium. These are sides that are always talked about, whether it's in their regions competitions or in the World Cup in regards to getting to the latter stages of it. So they did their thing. So shout out to France. But you guys know I wouldn't. I always think about these sort of things in it. So there's about four players I looked at. Four different players, four different journeys as footballers, four different ages, four different connotations collectively attached to them as ballers. So let's start with my guy, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. So he's got to speak about Kante. Now Kante, 2010, playing in the ninth division in France. To put that into context, there was a World Cup that year, and France didn't do too well. So if I'm Kante and I'm sitting in the dressing room, I have to applaud myself, but I also have to I also have to appeal to you wider guys. It shows what happens when you chase your dreams, because he must have been watching that World Cup thinking, "Wow," without any stretch of the imagination ever considering that he might have, and credit to his determination, he's shown on the pitch, but he might have thought that he might have even been unaware that 8 years time from now he would be one of them that win it and actually deliver France their second World Cup and things like that. So he was playing in the ninth division. So to go through what he's gone through, the hardships, when he was at academy level, seeing people say he's too small, he's too this, he's too that, not wanting to take a chance on him, through all that heartache to from even playing in the ninth division to obviously slowly gaining plaudits to the point where he played in the French top division, came to Leicester, won a league title at Chelsea, won an FA Cup at Chelsea, got to the finals of a European competition, Euros 2016, and then obviously he's now a world champion, literally. So it's quite some rise in 8 years. So if I'm Kante, I've got to take plaudits of what I've become, because not only that, undoubtedly one of the players of the tournament, undoubtedly one of the best central midfield players in the world. I mean, in a day and age where people just like what's pleasing on the eye, even though Kante can pass the ball, people swear because he's not doing pretty passes where you can see on heat maps that he's not a good footballer. The man is amazing. So if I'm Kante, that's what I'm thinking about. If I'm Giroud as well, this is a man, Giroud, who's had to fight to become a footballer, and Wenger's probably somewhere sipping wine and loving this, because no one loves underdog stories more than our man Arsene Wenger. Giroud didn't get into an academy until he's 13 years of age. So that's another one who's had to deal with doubt. Oh, he's too slow. Oh, it's not like back in the days where you can lump it up to him. Oh, he's got no real qualities. To the point where he still deals with this connotations. Both for France, where you even saw the vids where no one wanted his autograph, always questioning his selection. Obviously at Arsenal, people, you speak in extremes, you either can admit that he was a plan B at best, decent for the squad, or he was utter crap. Chelsea, whatever Chelsea fans think of my man, innit? But at 31 years of age, to have gone through, consistently going through what he's going through, and he's probably one of the most resilient, in terms of mentality, one of the most resilient players I've come across, to go through all of them heartaches and questions constantly asked about you and your ability to, even from a young age where you've been in the academy, from you didn't get in the academy to a teenager essentially. You was at Grenoble, Tours, Elstez, I hope that's how you say it. Obviously my French is bad. Obviously that whirlwind of a season, Montpellier, where he's won the league title, several FA Cups. Well, he's won what did he swear he's won 3 FA Cups at Arsenal, and obviously won one at Chelsea this year, and now world champion. So obviously bittersweet because he never scored in the competition, but at the end of the day, he's got a World Cup winners medal, something to tell the grandkids. So I've got to wonder, like, what do you think? Like, what, you must sit there and feel a sense of pride to deal with all the crap thrown your way. You must feel like you're on top of the world to go through. People didn't even question you could have a future in football, to be in get into an academy that late, to now literally being on top of the world, a world champion, your name being ingrained in history. It's amazing, to be fair. Another one, if I'm Pogba, if I put myself in Pogba's shoes, like from a young age when he's been in the headlines, from being a talented player from a prestigious academy like El Alvarez, to the manner he actually joined United was filled with controversy. It's for the first time he left United was under controversy. Obviously when he came back, the money spent, it was always going to be spoken about. It doesn't matter if Pogba has a level 1 or pink in his hair, it'll be spoken about. Doesn't matter if Pogba has white boots, it's spoken about. He's spoken about, both for the wrong reasons, both for the right reasons. He's a footballing phenomenon. He's an under-20 champion, World Cup winner, in which Umtiti and a couple others were there. Unlucky Sanogo, you was there as well, but he didn't go to the full thing. And now he's a world champion. For whatever you say about Pogba, he can't play in the pivot, he can't play in the free, he needs to be more disciplined, he needs to be more that. The man's now a world champion, 25 years of age, a world champion. There's still question marks, people can still write their stories, even he didn't even have the best of first halves, if I'm honest. But at the end of the day, he's a world champion, he's 25 years of age, he's played in the Champions League final, he's a world champion. I mean, that's the biggest accolade you could come across as a footballer. He's won a Europa League, so he's been a European champion. Obviously, he's got to the to the Champions League final, and yeah, there must be other accolades he's got. So, regardless of what you're saying about him needing to achieve more and stuff, and you might think his ability isn't currently where people have matched the hype and things were, but the accolades he's accomplished are starting to resemble what you thought his career would entail. To be fair, so from him, regardless of the critics are always going to be there, and some are legit, some are unlegit. I would feel a sense of accomplishment because Lord knows what would happen if he didn't win this. Pogba himself said it's either now or never. He doesn't know if he'll go to the next World Cup. And if we're honest, he had a good World Cup. He won't be in my team of the tournament. I just feel Modric and Kante deserve it a bit more. But he could arguably be in a lot of people's team of the tournaments. He was disciplined this competition. So you had to keep a cool head. You can't. One thing you can't question is a man's character. Like Giroud, you can't question Pogba's character. All the stuff he's dealt with, putting in mature performances collectively. Even that, the one thing that sticks out is that he scored in the final as well, like Kylian. But the one thing that sticks out for me is the assist against Argentina for Kylian when he got brought down. Like, it's amazing. So Pogba's did his thing, and I hope he carries on this same belief and stuff when he goes and plays at club level for United. As I've said before, obviously there's only 2 games I don't need you to turn up for, with this statement being said. That's Arsenal home and away, my guy. But yeah, and if I'm Kylian, I'm thinking, what now? Because I've won a league title, I've done a couple bits with Monaco in Champions League, I'm a world champion, I've scored in the final, I'm well en route to becoming a player I want to be. It's all the honeymoon period, everything's going great. I didn't have the best of first halves. In fact, I was quite nervy and things. People forget that. People always wipe his shortcomings under the carpet. But the honeymoon period's soon going to end. Soon going to have to play through the middle. Soon going to not be that... He's clearly a world-class player and a talented player, but he's soon not going to be that world-class player in the side with Cavani and Neymar, even in the front side with Pogba and all of these other players that are going to be scrutinised much more than him if they don't achieve whatever. There's going to be a time where the critics are going to be on him, where they're going to be extremely harsh. Right now, everybody loves Kylian. Everybody loves him, as he probably knows himself. Everybody loves him. But what now? What are they going to expect of me now? I'm a world champion. I've announced myself on the world stage. I've had a decent World Cup. Even to a degree, I think people are overblowing his World Cup, to be fair. But he was amazing. The next step is the Champions League. The next step is probably to bulk up a bit and become a stronger player, physically, mentally, and all of that. The next step is the champ. So I'd wonder what these, in all people, I guess I was just sat here thinking, if I put myself in these lot's shoes, what have they got to think? What are they must be thinking? Because when I won my grassroots first ever league title at grassroots level, and I know it's nothing, but I felt an amount of pride. Like, so yeah, I just thought, what would these lot be thinking? But I know it's probably waffle for what it's worth, but for those of you that stuck with me, thank you very much. And yeah, guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out, man.